back in like 2013 or 2016, I had this friend that I knew for several years, and it's crazy how some people are, especially if you're just like chill and whatever. They'll like walk on you and think that's like something you didn't notice. Like if I took your wife's wedding ring out of your house, I'm sure you would notice, right? So that it was like one of those type things. And then the police wanted to tell me, the police need to come to me anyway, because when it departed from a place that I know very well, and then it went to Australia. So my close friend, basically I would confide in them and talk to them. They were robbing me behind my back. And this was years ago, back when I didn't really put everything together, because I wasn't thinking about 2 letters, but it was really like a $1 billion one-person unicorn. So Sam Altman wants that right now. All he got is AI. He got AI, he made an oath, and his fate was decided. So it's kind of normal, but it's kind of grimy to just, work like 2 different masters. But whatever. So, I don't know, I guess that took a lot out of me. When to get here, it takes a lot out of you. So you know how people say, you gotta go to heaven to get through hell? Like, if you actually went through hell, God would... Alright, so Islam has this night, this particular night, and then another religion has this same thing. And on that night, God will decide your fate. You'll know God 100%. If you don't, then you can test the spirit, and I'm still testing the spirit. Maybe someone else can help me. But, otherwise, it's not like, there's nothing to invest myself in that's like, that I can follow that's, well-being and a good direction. Or if something isn't like real or has substance, I can't just follow ghosts. What is that? I can't just follow ghosts or something. So it's like, I'm not like an actor type. I guess that's why I sound monotone, because I don't really even like try to put the act out anymore. I really don't care about feelings in my own self. And now people will be like, oh, okay, that's a benefit for me. But that's actually probably like sociopathy, and that doesn't belong to you, okay? You're an abuser, and, a sociopath is your cue for you to be you. When I say you, it's you. You might think I'm talking about you directly, but I'm actually not. I'm just used to doing that, like thinking that way in general. So there's a you and a you. There's a, like a me and a me. So, that's one of the things that was kind of like, it's like, I don't have to be your friend or whatever. You can rob me or whatever, but you're not going to survive. Like, I already know where you're going to head. And that's into AI robot. Just, basically the demiurge. So the demiurge would just beat your ass. And the thing is not even like there anymore. I would do the same thing to you. I'd be like, oh, I understand. But I think God provides. So God's just like, throw this toilet at them. Just, there you go. Why don't you rob that? Why don't you steal that from your friend? And then it's like, can you trust your friend? And I'm like, trust? You can only trust God. You can only trust the truth. And my friend was like, I miss my spoken word era, y'all. So she like made a big network and friends through this that wasn't even her. Like way back when people were still saying Donald Trump did chaos magic, and they were going to read Aleister Crowley and start doing chaos magic too. So, I don't know, that's it. It's magic. I'm not going to pay for that. I understand that the officer doesn't think like magic isn't against the law. Officer charging me like that is against the law. Thinking that you're going to like outdo God, the devil, beat the computer and AI, that's like breaking the law. That's about as stupid as you come. So it's not even like, it's not even something you can hide, because in the end, God would take all your logic and divorce you from logic, and we would be brain dead. So like before I had this experience with God, I was brain dead. I can really see that now. Like my mind would think. My mind would fucking same song all day, think about I'm gonna do this guy, that this person, that person, I'm gonna say this, and I don't have any of that. And my mind was so loud, I wasn't fucking doing anything. I wasn't getting anywhere. And then it's like, alright, so say you go to the doctors and you get like healed, you're walking out of the doctors, and I just break your jaw and run you over, then I hit the car in reverse, and I run you over again. I'm like, whatever, just gotta get the gift out. I don't really care about the person, officer. And, so that was that. And then, there was stuff I learned from there that tied into a lot of the scribing. Energy corporations stealing certain things under titles of energy. So how's your energy now, right? The energy company has it all. AI, killer machines has it all. But I had to live for, you're fucking up my energy. You're fucking up my energy. I had to live for, it's your spoken word. And then after I confronted them, they straight lied in my face and were like, it's a global consciousness given to us by God. I swear I heard God be like, she's gonna pay. Not like in a resentful way, but like God was like, just stay away from that because that's too expensive. She's gonna pay way too much. Way too much. So now you can't even have religion because you got all these frauds, these living dead people. And it's like, the living dead are weird because they would cry about Lucifer keeping them in prison. But like without him, they wouldn't even know they were living dead or whatever. So, but whatever, that's on that side. Like he's not going to say anything. He's just going to keep falling to the ground. Falling to the ground. What day is it again? Falling to the ground. Black hole, falling to the ground. Where's my spoken word? It's my spoken word poetry. Actually, the letter is death. And God is the best planner. So if you ever stole his word and got hooked on letters, makes total sense. They just combine. There you go, there's your 2 front teeth. You go spend that at the bank. That's your energy. Remember, it's all energy. Remember, they would say, it's all energy, guys. It's all energy. Are they saying that anymore? They want to be like, well, that doesn't imply possessive. You want to be more possessive with it now. You don't want to say it's just all energy. Then anyone can access it. Not everyone can access my energy. So whatever, that's fine. But I'm used to being taken advantage of. I've been taken advantage of a lot in life. And what is the word? I always seemed to have like a bad omen over me growing up. To where like if I was just walking down a street, like the biggest tree branch would fall down and just like hit me perfectly. On a day that I didn't wear my helmet, I would wear my helmet every day. I'll bring my inhaler out every day. The day I didn't bring my inhaler out, I get stung by wasps and have like an asthma attack and a half. Just weird shit. And I didn't believe in the supernatural back then, but I'd be like, this is like some supernatural, you're fucked force. It was like mind blowing. So then after like the experience with God, I could see a lot more. So I could see like frequencies and things like that. So it's like, oh, my frequency. Well, obviously one frequency has to attract like one entity in magnetism. Ever since that experience, I don't lose my car keys. I don't have these crazy like, how the fuck does that? Oh, I used to drop things. I would drop like a brick on the ground and it would bounce like all the way over into the bushes or under the bed in like this weird corner on an angle. And I was like, how can something travel like that? And I was just like, things would just come undone. But it's not like that anymore. So that's what I'm kind of used to. I'm kind of used to being hurt. And then used to being hurt past the point where life is like some surreal, unreal dream prison. And then you just die to that. You just die to the air. It's almost like dying to the air. People are like, well, that's stupid. It's like, yeah, well, you don't want to. I don't need the air as my power. The power of the air. That's what others need. They need the power of the air. And spoken word. I just need you to do eyeballs. 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 You know, one of them things. Not that I ever wanted to do that, but I mean, if you were just going to rob me to my face and assume that you knew, like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what we do. We just rob people and all this shit. The only people I support, and you shouldn't rob people because that's wrong, but if you, like, you know, I understand. So then I need a fun outlet. I need an outlet that's, like, constructive while I get over the, you know, you need to put your mind still in something that's an outlet. And if all you know is wounds, then that type of thing will seem like a wound at first. It's kind of like your ego when you're shredding your ego or intentional sabotage. You're like, shit, that's stupid. But it's like, so is the other way. So, that's when I just started like really going off on my own. It's like, alright, so I don't really need friends. The other person I confided in, they ended up being like, I'm gonna be in a cult. And this is my new girl. Like, he was trying to throw all this stuff in my face. Like, damn, that, because I told him a lot of, like, what my idea of the future was in general. And he was like, he was into Vedicism. And I don't know. I wish him well. He would tell me that he was Shiva. And I'll be like, alright, well, I think I met God. And that's fine. I don't think I'll ever be Shiva, but, you know, I don't think I'll have somebody come by and be like, listen to me, and it's Brahma, and he doesn't even have a head, you know? So, shout out to my spoken word. And then people, they reflect off that, like, oh, blah, 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 and they live by their feelings, which isn't a law or anything. But they're the same people that'll be like, oh, your feelings, it's all illusion. Like, they try to strip you down of everything, just so they can, like, do whatever they want. And it's like, those kind of people are not only dangerous, but it's like me right now. But, you know, I really don't care. It allows people to see stuff that they wouldn't otherwise see. It's like, wow, this guy's talking right now, you know, they're building unicorns off his back and everything else. You know, it's things like that. So, usually while people are talking and stuff like that, there's somebody that can go beyond just talking. Or physical means, you know? So a lot of this non-physics is new. But I've really learned, like, you don't need violence unless it's absolute self-defense. Other than that, it's like God will take care of your enemies. And, you know, it's probably not going to be, that's kind of also what I'm saying. It's like, I wonder, not that I wonder, but it's like, all right, whatever God says is final and God really means. So, like, if we really got on the wrong side and bad side, God would just waste us without even hesitation. Not even like he would try. That would just come about as a result. You know, it's like if you go into the bathroom to use the bathroom normally, but instead you pee in your own face and then just poop your pants. It's like, bro, you just killed yourself, but God didn't like make you do that or do that to you. So we would do like things like that. And I don't know, I have a thesis. I have a strong thesis. I have a strong thesis that there's only Jesus Christ, and then what can even contact you down here probably isn't even God, but seems just like God. But that's fine, because it's not like you have to know everything. That's where Jesus is important. Important. Mercy and forgiving. Stuff we don't need. We don't need mercy and forgiving because we're busy taking advantage. So pretty much everybody's in this same like crazy thing that's probably all ties back to like banks, like generations ago. These people probably got started generations ago, and like when you get wrapped up in their stuff, like they mean to take you and take you and make their own choices for you. Like they're not gonna sit out here and be like, yeah, we're gonna wait for you and have faith. Cause they don't want that stuff. Not only that, like a lot of it seems facetious over the years. It's like people are like, we don't need God or blah blah blah. They'll try to like bypass that. Now it's like you can't even bypass anything. And I wonder who did that. But anyway, they're like, oh, it's time to go to prison if you're gonna try to bypass me over getting you to worship a superorganism. It's like, bro, some girl stole that from me like 10 years ago. You're just out here now. Like, this is our revolution. This is our tool of the future. And every time we'd get like a little more. Nance, leave it. Every time you get like a little more because you get a little more from God and then from the measurement and then your own self. But, you know, the Pharaoh doesn't get more. That's the crazy thing. The Pharaoh like thinks she gets more. For magic. And, you know, I would not trade God in for magic. Even when I'm like forced to resort to debate politics and magic, you know, coddle your ego or something. Or maybe you don't want to coddle mine, so you deliberately attack my ego. If it's still there, I don't know. That might have been stolen. But I'm gonna listen to some music and smoke some weed. Anyway, I just was scrolling through Facebook, and I happened to see this person's page. But we don't really talk. And they're like, it's crazy because they talk if they're like me. They're like, I haven't changed this whole time. I haven't changed at all this whole time. And it's so crazy, you're alright? And it's like, what the fuck? It's like God hasn't changed this whole time. And then, you know, that doesn't affect anyone else because, I don't know. You just can't say that. But anyway, I've been doing this blind since 2011. I haven't changed. I haven't had to change. I haven't had to like grab a book and be like, shit, I need to study up. None of that. I'm pretty sure God provides. God provides a way for everything. According to like how you want to live. You know, and it's not like when you have stability like that and trust, it works out. It's not like it's not like how things used to be, where you're like worried or you're not sure if like this is going to pan out. I know things will pan out in one of two ways, and a lot of the times I was like, well, I think we're all going to die, and not everybody knows that. So I was almost hanging out with like lovers the last 15, 20 years that are really like suicide. And I think that's just what denial is deep down in. Like Carl Jung, what you reject and deny. Like you go really deep. A lot of people, they won't tell you, but like they'll commit suicide with your life or whatever. And then not even tell you like, I'm suicidal with a death wish. I don't know what that means to you, but you know, I don't know what that means to you. At Mobile Crisis, if you heard that at Mobile Crisis, and you wanted to support me, it's like my own friend didn't even support me on it. And that was 10 years ago. Now the doctors have it, you know, so it went from like a friend to all these different parties and people. Pretty sure Hollywood and hip hop, they got that way late, which is almost like funny in itself. The people will be like, oh, I know all about that. So why would anyone ever try to fight over the same thing all at the same time? Why would God do that? God wouldn't do that. So had to be an error. That's all. That's all. Had to be in. Here you go. Here's a monopoly. Let's kill each other over it. And that's just that they're waiting for the next answer. Which is kind of like, well, how could you live that answer? well, my kingdom isn't of this world. Yeah, that's easy for you to say because you have it inside you. But us, we gotta go out here and build a kingdom. It's like, so what? At least you don't get fucking robbed. What, you want to get robbed too at the same time? You get robbed too. I'm gonna rob all these. You see these Negroes? I'm gonna rob you of every bad experience you had out here with this white man. Why not? Make it interesting. Every bad experience. If that's bad, get rid of it. You know what? I'll take that. Why not? Oh no, well, we're saving this for the police, homie. We already got bros. Right, whatever. But anyway. I think redemption is that the word? So if you can help people get redemption, it should at least be fun. And then if you're gonna die anyway, it's like, so what? I'm gonna die anyway. I realized that, like,